Initialize sequence now.
Welcome to the Geelong and District Football League match day, thanks to Buckley's Entertainment Centre.
They'll be really striving hard to get into that corridor, to get the ball out of the middle and working hard. It's going to be interesting. Bannockburn want to get in the corridor too. They're going to have a bit of a collision in there, I think.
Yeah, should be pretty...
It's going to be pretty tense in the first 5 or 10 minutes, isn't it? Just to see if they can get that supremacy and just settle down.
And as Eric said, you get that first goal and let's go.
We saw the under-18s. We saw the under-18s, Eric, when we commentated the under-18s, they took a bit of time to settle down, didn't they, both teams?
Certainly did, and you know, it was 4 or 5 minutes before we even had a score in the under-18s, and they did take a little while to settle.
So both teams have the footies in hand. Looks a good concept. They've all got footies. That probably settles the nerves a little bit. They're waiting for Dick Philpott to sing the national anthem.
If you just run your eye over the top of the Werribee boys, they're quite a lot taller,
a bit taller, aren't they?
Bannockburn.
And yet the Bannockburn sides are probably physically a bit stronger.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing. Advance Australia fair.
Dick Philpott, it's only Dick Philpott can do. And singing the national anthem, they're kicking into the crowd now from both teams. Werribee are starting to kick theirs into the crowd, and Bannockburn will go down to the other end and kick theirs. Great rendition from Dick Philpott. That was...
Excellent job from Dick. But does anyone know the second verse to Advance
but
Australia
we never hear
Fair? We never ever hear that, do we?
We never hear it. So the Werribee boys have kicked theirs in the crowd. Richie Corrigan, I think, Richard Corrigan's gone down and looked for the family, I think, but...
Mate, that was fantastic.
It was, wasn't it?
To stand up there and do that amongst all your friends, I tell you what, that takes a lot of guts. He's got plenty of that.
Stop it, Larry. Stop it. No, great rendition. And Tom Reynolds will now toss the coin with Ron Pilgrim and Sean Stewart coming across. Two great combatants for Werribee Centrals and for Bannockburn.
Couldn't ask for two better leaders,
You
Jase.
couldn't, could you? The umpires are out here with Tom Reynolds. He'll now toss the coin. He's got a $5 commemorative coin. Both clubs will get one of them for the last grand final of the century. He tosses it now, and it is Werribee Centrals. They've won. They're kicking to the southern end in the first term, so Bannockburn will be kicking to the northern end in the first term of the 1999 Senior Grand Final. Werribee just finishing their warm-ups over the other side of the ground at half forward. The Bannockburn boys are at centre half forward at the northern end, which they'll be kicking to in the first term. The umpires in the middle, once again, Bench Flowers and also Mark Nolan. And good luck to them. And don't forget, people with the footballs will be hanging on to them very closely, I think, for the first goal scorer here this afternoon.
We didn't get one up here, Laurie, did we? Hey?
We was hoping for one, Welshie.
Oh, I'd be in front of you. Good hands,
You don't coach too well, you two.
How would they be with going for the mark? I nearly have to back Welshie.
At the front of the box. Oh, yeah, Welshie'd beat Laurie. Don't worry about that. At the front of the box, it would have been good to see.
Yeah, I don't know about that other team that I heard this morning.
What was it?
Oh, that...
Fancy having Laurie in the forward pocket. Welshie, what are you coming at?
The goal sneak.
Oh.
Are you happy where you're playing, Eric?
I'm more than happy with my position.
And Dick at full forward. How would I ever get around him?
Well, you've got to feed off him. That's the thing.
Feed off him. You can't get anything out of him.
Margaret, I picked Margaret at centre half forward because she's the enforcer, and if people start to rough me up, she can step in and look after me. So that's why she's an half forward flank. Because Margaret's looked after me for many, many years.
That was
I grew up with their son.
Magnificent innovation, I might say.
That was Welshie's team of the year for 1999, and there was not one footballer in it, or current footballer anyway.
Well, anyway, Welshie, let's get down on the serious part. What we have to do today, we have to put plenty of tackles on you guys to stop that handball. Bannockburn handball's been very, very constructive. Not just to a guy, but out to a guy to run on it. And I think we've got to put a lot more tackles on it. Wherever we can tackle, put a bit of pressure on those guys with the ball so they can't get out those running players. We're in for a big show.
Well, that's exactly what we said at the start of the game, Bannockburn. We said we're going to push them wide first, get into the corridor, have Drainer leading straight down the ground, and let's just, no one expects us to be here today, but let's just enjoy the day. Whatever happens, we're going to stick together.
We'll do, mate.
Well, we're just about ready for the start of the 1999 Senior Grand Final in the Geelong District Football League here at St Albans Reserve. The benches for both teams, Robbie Giles, Zane Carroll and Lincoln East for the Bannockburn side, and it's Conrad Slavinkas, Jason Carrington and Nigel Good for the Werribee Central side. So they're starting on the bench this afternoon in the Senior Grand Final. Umpire Flowers has the ball in hand, and we're just about ready at St Albans Reserve. Here we go. Showdown 3, Bannockburn and Werribee Centrals. It's Sean Stewart up against Ashley Perkins in the middle. Werribee kicking to the southern end of the ground in the first term. The umpire throws the ball up. Perkins gets up first, and Connors tries to get the first kick out. Ronnie Pilgrim does as a free kick, and it's going to go firstly to Troy Colliger in the middle for Bannockburn. Shembry will have to give it back quickly. He does so now to Troy Colliger. He's on the back end of the centre square, has to come around. He's got Gad wide, and he goes in that direction now up against Musara. Gad keeps his eye on the ball, can't take the mark. Musara against him, held on a bit too long there, and has given away the free kick. And it will go to Stephen Gadd in between wing and half forward, grandstand side. He goes with the right boot. Awkward looking kick straight down the throat of Drainer, if you don't mind. I told you it was a fair bet to get the first goal, Welshie. Shane Andrews has taken the mark, probably 45 metres out. So he'll be kicking from about 50, I would think. Not much of an angle, not much breeze to speak of. Maybe just by the flags, Eric, maybe just favouring the northern end a little bit.
Yes, it certainly turned around. I thought at the end of the under-18 game it was tending to be slightly the other way, but certainly the flags are giving an indication that he's got a slight breeze behind him.
So Shane Andrews has got the football. 45, 50 metres out from goal. How's he look, Laurie? Pretty good?
Yeah, he's doing everything right, mate. He's got it, I think.
He comes in, he's kicked a goal. Don't worry about that. If you've got Shane Andrews for the first goal, you've got the money. Shane Andrews has put the first on the board for Bannockburn. And 15 Bannockburn players go down and give him a pat on the back for the first goal of the 1999 Senior Grand Final. Shane Andrews, 1 straight goal, 6 points.
And the odds on that would be pretty short, wouldn't it?
They would have been. Him and James Lee were short price favourites for the first goal.
But he let out there in front. It wasn't a well-directed kick, but he presented himself and he was in front, and that's, you know, you always, well, a 90% chance if you're in front. The beautiful kick then for goal.
Ball in the middle. Stewart gets a tap down for Werribee. Only as far as Pilgrim. Little handball across to Pavic. Pavic for Bannockburn. Kicks into the half-forward area. Matty Pilgrim coming hard at the ball, but there's a whistle on play. The free kick has gone to the Werribee side, and it's Adrian Branato on centre wing on the Social Club side of the ground here. Playing 2 minutes. Branato now for Werribee. Kicks the ball low into the breeze. Howlett in front, can't take the mark, comes to ground for Stuka, breaks a tackle, handball to Stewart, and Sean Stewart of Werribee drives the ball into their forward area, and Luttick, well, he sat back, he let Delahunt lean under the ground, he plays on quickly. I don't know whether that was a good move, but a laconic sort of a player, and those are the sort of things that he does, and occasionally gets away with it. But finally Bannockburn, a series of handballs, comes out to Ashley Perkins on half-back flank, drives to wide to the centre wing. Richard Corrigan starting on the forward line this week. Leads to the ball, but it beats he and Justin Morley over the line. That's some interesting positional changes.
I'll tell you, there's one great matchup is Aaron Broome and Warren Foley. That's going to be an absolute crackerjack, the two youngsters. Aaron Broome's first full season of senior footy up against Warren Foley, the Rookie of the Year.
The other matchup, which will be an interesting one, is for Stuka and Ronnie Pilgrim.
Yeah, they're running together. I see that, the two big boys.
Nick Smith and Tom, there's a foot difference in height.
Tom's got the tag there. It's from the ruck contest and the boundary throw-in, still on centre wing. And Connors, handball back towards Colliger, also running through. Heath Buck steals it, goes towards half forward. Open half forward flank coming out. Lee, can he pick it up? He can't. He's got Howlett in support. Kick off the ground. Back towards Foley. He's usually pretty good in this situation. Kick around the corner. Tom also coming out at Kelbert, who's still got his hand bandaged, but he can't pick it up. Harding, which way was he going to go? Oh, bad handball to Delahunt. They might want to see it through. They do. For 1 behind to the Werribee Central side. They go to 1 behind. They trail Bannockburn 1 goal. Straight, 6 points, and that is on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. Kick in by Delahunt, short's okay, finds Jake Hewitt. Angus Hewitt runs away, goes out wide, looking for Pavic. And he takes the mark at half back, uncontested, runs away, goes with the right boot towards half forward. Shembry over the top, and Shaw also running on at Corrigan, coming across. Bernardo does well and should get a free kick. Indiscriminate tackle coming in there from Richie Corrigan. And he has given it away for Werribee at half-back to take the free.
Free kick for Werribee, half-back flank. Drives it on the left foot, going for the centre wing. Big pack of players there. Sean Stewart at the back, strong mark. Read it pretty well. Put the big hands up, and Stewart of Werribee has taken the mark out of centre wing. Plays on now, kicks the ball high. Going to hard. Gee, the wind did hold it up. Howlett in front, can't take the ball. Running onto the ball is
Foley.
Foley does well. Luttig charges through the pack, puts it on the left foot and puts it out of bounds on the full. I tell you, I don't think I've seen Luke Luttig run that hard for the whole season. He really was wanting to get to that ball and get us through the goals. But a bit impetuous over the boundary line. Missed the goals by a fair margin.
Impetuous.
Oh, I got
Get the dictionary out, Welshie.
Bring him out for grand final.
Bring him out. Delahunt, short little kick. Oh, has it made the target? Yes, it has. Just Nathan Rose was just able to dive and take the mark. He's done so in the left back pocket, southern end of the ground for the Tigers. He goes short as well, draws a player. It's Kevin Connors. Oh, does he take the mark? Yes, says umpire bench. And he plays on now, gets onto that familiar left boot, runs very close to the man on the mark and actually partly smothered, goes towards half forward. Buck, Broom ran into him, free kick. And it will be Heath Buck with it.
Used the body pretty well then, Buck, didn't he?
Yeah, just stood over the top of the footy. And Aaron Broom ran straight into him. Heath Buck's got it. Out of side, half forward flank. Couple of leads. Howlett's one, Lee's another. Delahunt, Luttig's there as well. Hewitt tries to get to the front. Off hands. Oh, great roving at the side of the pack. Musara dribbles it through. Which way's it going to bounce? Forward. One behind. Rob Musara. So they double their score. 2 behinds. Werribee. Bannockburn 1 straight goal. 6 points. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
I think they're, you just try to guide the ball through there, Laurie. I think, you know, a lot of players try to do that. I think if you're confident, you kick it as far as you can in the car park, don't you?
Yeah, probably. Well, he might have been a bit tight there, though. He quite the opportunist in there, wasn't he? He swooped on it.
6 minutes in the first quarter. Delahunt goes for the short chip and has found Hewitt again. So that looks to be the tactic today for the kick-in, certainly. Hewitt now, Bannockburn, plays on. Kicks it wide to the outer wing. And that's also that, well, great mark there for Bannockburn by Pavic. Runs on quickly, drives it strong to centre half forward. Shembry can't take the mark, but butters up pretty well. No, he's well tackled. The ball comes to ground, and umpire Nolan has moved in and will have the ball thrown up. 45 metres from goal on the outer side, half forward flank. First quarter with Bannockburn kicking to the northern end. Stewart, huge tap away. Doesn't get too much ground though. The players descend on it once again, and the umpire will repeat the effort with umpire Nolan now in possession of the ball. 4 or 5 players extracting themselves from the ground, and up it goes. Half forward flank, Stewart again, used his body well, taps it 25, 30 metres. Connors for Bannockburn, runs onto the ball, handball over the top. He's found Damien Tom. The advantage wasn't paid, but there's a kick into the forward area, but Calvert intercepting, and now Werribee away, wide to the centre wing. It's Delaney takes a strong mark on centre wing, played on, and kicked out of bounds in the full, did he? I lost sight of that one.
Yeah, he did, yeah. He just got tackled by Darren Rowth. Great chasing tackle by Rowth. So the free kick will go to Matty Pilgrim. He has to come down on true centre wing, and he will kick it back to Ashley Perkins, but he'll have to do it all again, says umpire Flowers, and kick over the mark. So Matty just taking his time now. And now it's Buck standing the mark for Matty Pilgrim. Now he goes, short, and finds Ashley Perkins once again. Now Perkins looking for something inboard. He's just holding it up. He's going to go back to Delahunt. He takes the mark, uncontested. He's right on centre wing now. Pretty congested forward line. In fact, there's only 2 players in the opposite half of the ground. Delahunt wants to get around for Stuka. That might be a hard task. He goes to the left boot, out wide, the drainer, off hands. Who's going to pick it up first? It might be Calvert. He shuffles it out only as far as Matty Pilgrim. Gets a kick away towards full forward. Rowth behind on this occasion. Andrew Scott. Play on, said umpire Nolan. Play on, said umpire Nolan, and he's now bottled up. He will come in and bounce the ball. Not happy with that, Welshie.
The fella's moving at 100 mile an hour, and he's expected to pull up in a yard. I'd like to see umpire Nolan try and do that, the size of him.
We did last week, and he went off at 3/4 time.
Stewart gives it to all talks. Well, she's going to get out of the box and box his ears in here. But it's a boundary throw in, half forward flank. Bannockburn attacking the northern end in the first term. Stewart gets the knockdown. Colliger and also Hawks over the back of the pack. Hawks gets it towards Buck. He's in front. And he's been prominent in the first 7 or so minutes of the grand final. Goes towards half forward. Howlett, Gadd from behind. Good punch away towards the front of the pack for Stuka. Oh, runs into Damien Tom and loses a foot. He drops the ball, says umpire bench, and gives it away to Stephen Gadd, who gives it to Ronnie Pilgrim, who's away. Can he get away from Musara? He catches him up. Handballs to Connors, puts him under pressure. Goes back to Ronnie. Can't keep the hands. Musara's done well to get across there and hassle Ronnie Pilgrim out of it. And close to the boundary line, he's done very well to see it over. Free kick found. Musara is going to take it at half back. Great play.
Quarter time, GFL, St Joseph's 5-6, South Bowen 2 behinds.
So the Catholics doing well there.
Couple of good second efforts there from Robbie Mazzara there.
Yes, did really well. Massara, short kick, and he found Hawks half-back flank. Drives to centre wing, out of side. Well, great mark from the back, Ashley Perkins, over the top there of Shembry. Read it very well. Perkins plays on now, kicks it back towards centre half forward. Oh, it's a beautifully directed kick. And it's Shaw, is it, centre half forward, takes the mark. Shaw of Bannockburn. Called to play on now. There's the lead from Andrews, but magnificent defensive work. They've just...
Takes a lot of heart, that.
Into the gap there was Bernardo, took the mark, and away he went with the left foot. Found Massara, half-back flank, out wide to Morley. He, well, great speed by Morley, but unfortunately the boundary line has won the race because the ball had just fractionally gone over the line before Morley could take possession. So very good passion to play. I'd be pretty happy if I was Werribee coach at the moment. I think they're kicking into the bruise and holding it pretty well.
Not just that, I think Sean Stewart seems to be playing reasonably well too, Eric, and yeah, that's good signs, I think. He gets another hit out.
Yep, he gets it down to the front of the pack again. Nearly does his own roving. Now off hands towards Musara, left foot kick around the corner, and it is out of bounds at half forward for Werribee. They trail 2 behinds. Bannockburn 1 straight goal, 6 points. Shane Andrews, the goal kicker at the moment at Shell Stadium. It's 5-6-36 St Joey's. They lead South Bowen at quarter time 2 behinds, so a 34-point lead at quarter time to St Joey's in the GFL preliminary final. Knocked down here at half forward for the Centurions. Handball shuffled out quickly to Buck, and a free kick found for a push. It's going to go to Roland Beck. In fact, it's Buck, it is. So the uncle's got it. Welsh's favourite Werribee player goes towards the leader, Howlett. Gadd against him. Howlett goes up, knocked away, needs a rover at the front. Pilgrim, kick off the ground. That was Matt, the brother Ron. Oh, he was going for a handball, then he decided to go for a kick. I think the kick was much better because he's hit Kevin Connors on the chest at centre wing and he runs away. Uh-oh, Delaney's going to catch him. He just gets his kick away in time. Oh, down the field.
Come on.
Oh, says umpire Flowers. And too high, says David Cook from in front of the commentary box. Back to Kevin Connors. Andrews gives him a lead and he hits him on the chest. It's as easy as that. Not happy with that decision either, Welshie.
He's tackling him as he was kicking. Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Andrews ran out to the left a bit there, screwed it to the right, and on the goal line it has gone through for 1 behind. Just missed to Shane Andrews. So they go to 1-1-7, the Tigers. The Centurions 2 behinds. And it is the first term of the 1999 Senior GDFL Grand Final.
It's probably indicative of both these sides. We're 12 and a half minutes gone, and you know, both free-flowing, free-scoring sides, and both finding it difficult to score so far.
Yep, for sure, Eric. And I think that's because the back line, and it's just being rebounded between the 2 half-back lines at the moment.
Well, Beck's kicked in. He's only found Ronnie Pilgrim, who's found Nick Pavick at centre half forward. Goes long towards Andrews in the pocket. It's over his head and through for 1 behind to Nick Pavick. They go to 1-2-8. Bannockburn, Werribee Central's 2 behinds. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. 13 minutes gone. And Roland Beck will try and make a better effort of it this time.
Beck kicks in now, goes to the social club side, the western side here. Oh, Calvert in front, strong mark. Not too much wrong with the hand, I don't think. Great mark, Simon Calvert, and he impresses me, this fella, the way he marks. Plays on now, drives the ball to centre wing. In front there is Pastuka. Shembry goes over the pack of players. The ball comes off hands and goes over the boundary line, out of bounds. In front of the social club, on the western side here of St Albans Reserve. 13 and a half minutes gone. First quarter of the grand final. Bannockburn 1-2-8. Werribee Central's 2 behinds. From the tap down. Comes down to Ronnie Pilgrim. Ends up with it. Drives on the left foot. Goes to half forward. Up high there was Collier. Can't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Fierce tackling. And I guess that's what grand finals are all about, guys. Tackling and smothering and the little things. They come to the fore on grand final day.
It's little things, Eric. I'm just watching Jason Festuca there. He's trying very hard to get into the game. He's having a bit of trouble just getting in there, but he's on a good play today.
Ball thrown up. Stewart gets the tap down. And, well, there's the sort of pressure because Who was that?
Hawkes.
Andrew Hawkes. Very good skills, but a bit of pressure and out of bounds on the full. And great pressure by the Bannockburn forwards.
So it'll be Ashley Perkins with the football. Centre wing with the free kick. He goes now with the right boot towards half forward. Andrews got a couple against him behind Shembry. Does well. Is it over the shoulder in front? And it was 2-on-1. Andrews over the top. And it will be Bennett with the kick. Goes wide, switches play to Smith. On the opposite side, half-back flank. Just chips it over the top. It's okay. Finds Kelbert, who's worked his way across from the opposite centre wing. Goes from half-back towards the outer side centre wing, looking for Morley. The Phantom stands up and takes the mark. And he's taken the grab. Outer side centre wing. Goes to the left boot towards Warren Foley. Good punch away, Aaron Broom. Good defensive play. It's out of bounds on the outer side. Half-forward flank for the Centurions. They are 2 behinds. They trail Bannockburn 1-2-8 in this first term.
15 minutes, first quarter in the grand final. Ball out of bounds between centre wing and half-forward flank. James Lee sprinting from the full forward position to do the ruck work. Misses the ball completely, comes to ground. Little handball out. Ball drop, no free kick, said the umpire. Gee, it's pretty tough in the clinches there. Finally comes to Perkins. Grabs the ball, drives it over the half-forward flank. Oh, good pace there from... that was Shaw. Magnificent effort from him. Andrews, well, he can't take the mark. The ball's still in play. He comes back on the left foot, and what's he done? I'd suggest he's missed it. And great pressure there from Bennett in the full-back position. So behind to Shane Andrews on the Victory Trophy scoreboard now. 15.5 minutes gone first quarter. Bannockburn 1-3-9. Werribee 2 points.
He kicked 5 goals 7 last week too, didn't he?
Did he?
The drainer.
5-7.
5-7 he kicked. He had plenty of opportunities. So 7 points of difference in the 1999 GDFL Grand Final. Bennett kicks in, looks for the outer side, looks for Stewart. The big man goes up. He puts his hands up. He can't take the mark. Rode by Pavic. Kick over the left shoulder. Back towards the forward pocket. I think it's pretty wide. I think it might be out of bounds on the full. It is. And Bennett works his way across there to take the free kick. Damien Bennett in the right back pocket for the Centurions. He's got Shembry at centre half back. He goes further afield though, looking for Stewart again. He's got a couple against him, tried to tap it on, fell into the arms of Clinton Shaw. He took the grab. And he will go from half forward. Andrews is on a short lead. He might have to try and chip it around somewhere maybe. Andrews gives him a lead again. Roworth gives him half a lead. He goes in that direction now. And Roworth goes up, can't take the mark off hands. Now it's a foot race. Kick away, came from Delaney, out wide. Foot race between Roworth and Bernardo. The boundary line will beat both of them over. And we'll have a throw in at half forward, grandstand side. Big crowd here at St Albans Reserve. You're listening to the senior grand final of the Geelong District Football League live and exclusive on Geelong Radio 100.3 FM this afternoon. Punch away from the ruck contest, goes towards Tom, gets a quick kick away, but I think the boundary umpire might have a bit more work to do. He will have. And it's another boundary throw in, this time about 55 metres around from the Tigers' goal.
17 minutes, first quarter, the grand final. Bannockburn 1-3, lead Werribee Central's 2 behinds. Ball comes in once again. Shaw doing the ruck work there for Bannockburn. Comes to ground. Delaney went without it, but well, player put to ground, and free kick has been paid. It's going to Colliger. Must have been slightly off the ball. I didn't see that.
No. It was just as Delaney was coming through, the ball was in dispute, and he had his hands up, and Colliger just got him high. It was accidental. There was nothing really in it, but it just because the tackle was high, Eric.
All right, Colliger chips the ball. Andrews, chest mark he should have taken. Probably holding the ball. Yes, said the umpire. So Shane Andrews got himself into a bit of bother there. Now Werribee trying to clear the ball. He's got nowhere to kick the ball to, but great mark there
downfield, I think. That.
No, I think it's...
there's a card coming out, boys.
It's against
What's he done?
Roland Beck, is it? That's not like Roland Beck. He's booked him too. Well, I didn't see what it was for. It was off the ball. The kick had already come. He's only reported him. Has he sent him off? Has he shown a card yet?
Yeah,
Yes, he has now. Yellow card.
If he reports him, he has to.
Yeah. So Roland Beck's off for 15 minutes. They're down to 17. Werribee.
What was that for?
I don't know. It's umpire Flowers.
The only person who knows is umpire Flowers.
Yeah, and he's gone up to Shane Andrews to take his number to say that we've reported Roland Beck for striking maybe, or I don't know what it is. Well, we'll find out at quarter time, hopefully. And Roland Beck's off the ground for 15 minutes. And the time check at the moment is about 20, is it, Eric?
Nearly 19.
Nearly
Jason.
19, so he won't be back on until probably 6 or so minutes into the second term. But...
he seems really hurt, whatever he's done to drain it, doesn't he?
Yeah, Shane Andrews has got the football in front of the Bannockburn coach's box from 50. He drives it long into the goal square.
Kicks at 70.
He kicks at 70. Corrigan goes up. Somebody's taken a mark, have they? No play on the call. Falls towards Connors and out the back to Troy Colliger. He can't take it with him. Nick Smith could have given away a free kick for a high tackle. Not forthcoming. And it will be a ball up about 15 metres out directly in front from the Bannockburn goal.
Well, grand finals, aren't they supposed to bring controversy? And that's our first bit in this one.
Well, I'll try and find out at quarter time what went on there. Andrews goes up in the ruck. Falls to the side of the pack. Ball drops free. The umpire might have to come in and bounce it. I think he will. Because a big pack develops. Richard Corrigan gets up with a footy. Laurie's thrown the pen in already. Can't believe he's down to 17.
Well, I'll tell you something. You can call me old-fashioned. The damn cut, the stupid card. That's an umpire's an opinion.
Ronnie Pilgrim has roved the pack off the back and kicked the goal. Ron Pilgrim, his first. The skipper kicks the second for Bannockburn. Great roving off Sean Stewart. He just ran through the back of the pack. And 2-3-15. Bannockburn, they lead Werribee Central's 2 behinds. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
That was just an excellent piece of football. And Crumming, he just read the play so well, and he's so strong, Ronnie, and he's got that little burst, a couple of steps, bang, and of course he knows where the goals are, and he's just slotted that right through for a great captain's goal.
But he skilled both sides of the body. It was a left-footed goal,
Yep.
and he's a right-footer naturally, so it was very well done.
Yep.
Well, back in the middle, it'll be Perkins and Stewart. Stewart stands there. Perkins goes up. Oh, Stewart gets it down easily. Got to Calvert, who ran off the wing, but his handball was poor. Goes towards Harding. He misses it. Musara gets it. Oh, smothered. Great smothered too. Corey Flanagan needs a handball off the back of the pack. Gives it to Stephen Gadd. Little left foot kick to Rick Harding. Has to make up a bit of ground and does so. Rick Harding now wants to go with the right boot long towards Clinton Shaw. Gives him a great lead and can't take the mark. Oh, he nearly got it back and taps it towards the boundary line. Does well. Then he loses it. Troy College is in there and it is out of bounds for a throw in at half forward. And 2 years ago, Welshie, Clinton Shaw won the VCFL medal for the best player in the grand final.
Yeah, just confidence. I think he's just lacking a bit of confidence at the moment. Like, he's got all the skill there and that. Just over his head at the moment, he's just lacking a bit of skill. But
he's a big game player, though.
Yep.
Back to the action for Stuka from a ruck contest. Gets it down, second effort, goes towards Perkins, who did the ruck work, loses the football in the tackle. Bernardo, oh, he dropped it. No free kick, still at half forward for the Tigers. Umpire Nolan lets it go. Now we'll have to come in and bounce it, and we will have that at half forward with Bannockburn attacking. 2-3-15 Bannockburn, Werribee Central's 2 behinds, 13 points of difference.
21.5 minutes gone. Up goes the ball. Stewart, big tap forward for Stuka. Off one step, tries to get the left foot to the ball. Up, Havoc ran at the ball very hard. Tried to get a left foot kick. Calvert gets it. Kicks it away. Oh, luck's a fortune because out in the wing there is Andrew Howlett on his own. Now he sees the lead from Luke Luddick on half forward. Luddick plays on quickly. Drives it now to the lead of Lee. Here's a one-on-one. Lee and Hewitt. Good work by Hewitt. Kept his body out. Well, the ball comes through. Broome finally gets it up. Handball to Rose. Oh, strongly met by Howlett. There's a head-high tackle, I'd suggest. Andrew Howlett should get the free kick. And a couple of players just remonstrating with the tackler. Bit careless. And Andrew Howlett has the free kick. Well, there's poor tagging there by the Bannockburn defence because Nick Smith, 25 metres away on his own, but I don't know he's much closer to goal. Howlett perhaps lacking the confidence to have a ping, but certainly Nick Smith will have a shot. He's 40 metres out, runs in. Not a bad looking kick off the boot. In fact, if it's long enough, it's a goal, a magnificent goal to Nick Smith of Werribee. Not too much wrong with that knee, I don't think. And the first goal on the Victory Trophy scoreboard for Werribee. 1 goal, 2-8. Werribee, they trail Bannockburn 2-3-15, and that's 23 minutes, first quarter.
He's got a bit of an interesting kicking style when he kicks for goal, Laurie. It looks like he's nearly on the run, doesn't it?
I'd say you've got right behind him that he goes dead straight.
But he sort of runs. He doesn't really sort of walk in, does he? He looks like he's on the run to kick a goal.
I've got to give some credit to Andrew Howlett there. He made something out of nothing then, and he had to do that. He put his body in and got the reward of the free kick and resulted goal.
Back in the middle, Stewart gets it down, but only as far as Connors. He gets it to Ron Pilgrim. Kick out of the middle, goes towards half forward. Shembry gets back there, can't take the mark. Scott, he loses it as well. Off the ground, the drainer. Which way's it going to bounce? He might have to chase after. He might not have to. He kicks it through anyway.
Well done.
Great play, Shane Andrews. Goal number 2. Quick reply for the Tigers.
Just his recovery then, wasn't it?
It was just fantastic, wasn't it? 3-3-21, Bannockburn, Werribee Central's 1-2-8. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
Not only his recovery, whilst his leg speed was just superior to anyone else there.
But just how important it is to have that first grab. There was a fumble, Werribee fumble.
Yep.
And that's all the space
all it takes,
needed.
yep.
Yeah, well, I suppose Shembry was going back with the flight of the ball. It was a courageous attempt to mark anyway, but you need to take them.
And in grand finals, they count, don't they? Back in the middle, Stewart and Perkins. Umpire bench has the footy. Throws it up now. Stewart goes up, gets it down to Vastuka.
Good.
Who can run away, get away from Pavic. And the wide open spaces goes on the left boot straight down towards Lee. Goes up. Can't take the mark off hands. Umpire says play on. Fell into Lee's arms in the end. Luddick, handball to nobody in particular. And the pack develops. Lee's in there fighting hard as he's healed. He's got Harding wide. He goes in that direction. It's chopped off. Nick Smith. Kick the goal. Nick Smith. 30 metres out from goal. And has missed. Oh. 4-1 behind. 1-3-9. Werribee Central's Bannockburn 3-3-21. Well, it was on to Harding, wasn't it? But
he did all the hard
he
work.
did all the hard work to make up the ground and chop the mark off, but couldn't finish it off.
Great opportunity, went big in.
24.5 minutes gone, first quarter.
Send the runner out, Laurie.
Ball with Delahunt. Sees the lead out wide on the wing. It's Aaron Broom. His lovely kick, lovely mark on the chest, and away he goes. Broom kicks the ball to centre wing. Harding there. He's in between two. Oh, courageous mark because, well,
we all saw him coming, didn't we?
Chris Delaney ran pretty hard at him, but took the mark, and there's the player. Well, they've created the loose man Bannockburn because at the moment it's Flanagan has the ball. There's the lead from Andrews. He's well away from Bennett, and he just hangs onto the ball. He didn't really have it under control all the way down, but he caught it again before he hit the ground, and he's certainly Shane Andrews proving to be the thorn in the side of the Werribee defence at this point in time. He's taken the mark 35 metres from goal, almost directly in front, and at the 25.5 minute mark, the opportunity to kick his third for the quarter. Very good first quarter for Shane Andrews. Moves in now. Gone outside 50. He's going to kick from 40. Oh, it's an absolute shocker. He sprayed it right across the face of the goal. Missed by 5 metres, and I don't think I've seen him kick one as bad as that.
Well, it'll be Andrew Scott in the last line defence for Werribee, who has the footy. And he goes now towards Sean Stewart, who gets in front of Perkins, but he's probably ended up being dealt with by his own player there. Harding from one step goes towards the full forward. Roweth, is he taking the mark? No, he can't, and it's through for one behind to Bannockburn. So they now go to 3-4-22. And they lead Werribee Central's 1-3-9. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. The kick in to come from Damien Bennett once again.
Quarter time AFL, Carlton 7-5, lead West Coast 2-4.
Ooh. Kick in by Bennett, short to Musara in the left back pocket, takes the mark. He can go short towards Hawks, who's created a loose man, and he does so. Handballs onto Chris Delaney, pretty close to the boundary line. Oh, he's got to get around Colliger, he's got to get around Pilgrim, and he does well. And just gets his kick away. Oh, well, that's bad. Poor old Chris Delaney. He did the hard work to get around two players and then kicked it out of bounds on the forward, the left boot.
Well, he worked himself into the clear then, didn't he, Jason? And just, I think he two minds, and he's seen Howler coming towards the boundary and just hooked it too far.
Goes towards Connors, who's probably the smallest man on the ground. Handball by Stewart, didn't hit its target. Rose over the top of it. Corrigan, handball to Flanagan. Is that advantage? Yes, it is, says the umpire. Gives it to Broom. They're running the wrong way here. Broom needs to handball it back to Perkins, who just gets it and kicks it long towards centre half forward. Up Andrews, pushing the back, was it? No, umpire says play on. Through the hands of Calvert. Now it comes in a defending kick by Heath Buck to the wide open spaces on centre wing on the outer side. Foot race. Who's going to get there first? Pavic will beat Luddick. Foley comes at him. He handballs it back, sets up Steve Delahunt, and he runs away on centre wing. Oh, great kick to Clinton Shaw. They're away, the Tigers, if he can set something up here. He just holds it up, though. Shembry calling for the umpire to call play on. He doesn't do so. Shaw just holds it up. Andrews gives him a short lead. Roweth long. College is there also. Now, what's he going to do? He's just going to pop it up for Troy Colliger up against Bennett. Oh, in front. You have to pay the man in front. It was Troy Colliger.
Bad play.
And even though he's probably taller, Laurie, you'd like him to punch from behind, wouldn't you?
Oh, I certainly would. I think the run will be out. There he goes. He's out. Oh, that's Stormy, though.
Wrong runner. He's already out there, the runner.
I think he took a punt on the fact that he was taller.
Yeah.
And you can't afford to do that.
No. Troy Colliger's pretty strong overhead, as he saw there, and he's taken the grab. And will kick from about 40 metres out. Pretty close to the boundary line on the outer side. He comes in now only off a couple of steps. Oh, it's a pretty good kick for goal. It's a great kick for goal. He's put it through for his first. And the fourth for Bannockburn. They go to 4-4-28. They lead Werribee Central's 1-3-9. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard.
Well, sorry there. I just see the coach talking to runner now, and I think he might be going down to that player to tell him to make sure he punches the ball away.
Well, it's a pretty good start, Walshy, for Bannockburn. They're doing everything
off to
right.
a flyer, really. When goals have been hard to come by both sides, Bannockburn seem to be able to get a goal when they want to get a goal at the moment.
29 minutes, first quarter. The ball goes up again. Stewart gets it tapped down. Pastuca runs onto the ball, can't get it up. Good defensive work in the centre there by the Bannockburn smaller players. And last man up is Nick Pavick, and hands the ball to umpire Nolan. Up it goes again. Stewart works his way in front, gets a tap forward, only as far again as Pavick. He reads it pretty well. Kicks it across the centre of the ground. Oh, Matty Pilgrim, excellent handball to Harding. Away goes Harding. The lead's on from up forward, but in the way there is Morley for the Werribee Central side at centre half back. Takes the mark ahead of Corrigan. Goes wide to Nick Smith. Smith of Werribee in front, takes the mark. Now he comes back into the corridor to Buck. Buck drives it towards centre half forward. Well, Howlett's got 3 to beat, but now that he's paid the advantage, Foley over the top to Pastuca. Pastuca goes for the handball, tried to beat the tackle. Oh, Lux of Fortune is coming back for Foley. Broom, well picked up, well tackled, and Damien Tom picks the ball up. Foley makes the lunge, can't quite get there, and Bannockburn are away because Pavick's taken the mark on centre wing. Great defence, 30 minutes gone, first quarter. Pavick drives wide to half forward flank. Bennett taps the ball away there from Shaw. Ball comes to ground in the back, no, said the umpire, and the ball drifts over to the boundary line at 30 minutes in the first quarter. Bannockburn 4-4. 28 lead at Werribee Central's 1-3-9.
They've made the switch too. Werribee, Adam Shembry's on Shane Andrews. Damien Bennett's now on Clinton Shaw at centre half back. So they've made the switch in the late stages of this final term. Boundary throw in. Perkins in front of Stewart. Gets to the front of the pack. They all sit and wait for it. That is quarter time. And the Clinton Shaw over the top of Andrew Hawkes there in the ensuing contest. But it is quarter time. And it is Bannockburn 4-4, 28. They lead. Werribee Centrals 1-3-9 in the 1999 GDFL Grand Final. The goal kickers at quarter time for Bannockburn. Shane Andrews has 2 singles to Ron Pilgrim and Troy Colliger, while for Werribee Centrals their goal kicker has been Nick Smith. It's 19 points of difference at the first break. We'll take a break and then come back with our summary with Laurie de Goldie and Paul Welsh and the second term of the Senior Grand Final.